very good couple of days for Arsenal in terms of the cup competitions. You almost forget that their last Premier League game was that goalless draw with Liverpool. They missed an opportunity there to go 8 points clear at the top, really missing that ruthlessness. Do you think that's a weakness of theirs in this title race?
It's interesting because I was at that game and it just seemed a little bit flat. I mean, those midweek games when they're top of the table stuff, I mean, I know Liverpool are not top of the table, but they are still the champion. I thought it was quite a poor game overall. I don't think the weather made a difference. I think the weather made a difference on that night as well, not making excuses. I think for this Arsenal side now, they are so different with regards to their strength in depth. The main question, Victor Gyökeres gets a goal midweek, you know, then gets an assist as well. Team selection, but this is the game I was alluding to. Yes, it was an opportunity wasted in this type of game because Liverpool were nowhere near. They had nobody in that front line area for this game. Ekitike wasn't available. Isak's out. So this was an opportunity for Arsenal to really, you know, go 8 points clear. I thought Madueke was fantastic in this game. He's so good at going 1v1. But I just think this Arsenal side now, like I love Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard. You know, Norgard can't even get a game. He's playing centre-back against Portsmouth. So this Arsenal side now, people say, oh, set-piece FC. I don't call them that. I think you've got to... in football. They've just hired a throw-in coach as well that's one of the best in the world. You've got to gain those small yardages. And everyone laughed when people spoke about set-piece coach. And now everyone has them. Do you know what I mean? So they're more than a set-piece FC team. Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus today playing...
Yeah, that is the big question, actually, that I wanted to raise because obviously Gyökeres scored against Chelsea and a lot of people have been waiting for that goal. He's been criticised very, very heavily. He showed some frustration in the moments just leading up to it. I think when Saka didn't pass the ball to him immediately. What do you make of him? What do you think about him? Does Kai Havertz start, as Leanne questioned, you know, now that he's back from fitness?
So it's a necessarily who's coming back to full fitness. And I think there has been an issue for Gyökeres of late because anytime Jesus has come on for him, you can see more energy to the team. I think he links up better to players. Kai Havertz, I think look, he's been very good for Arsenal, but from what I'm told as well, one of the reasons that Arteta and his staff really value him is because they think he absolutely gets what Arteta wants in terms of pressing, and that really kind of completes the team. So I have to say, I think it'll be a matter of time until Havertz is actually starting games, just for that pure tactical reason. It's maybe a bit of a pity from Gyökeres, but ultimately there hasn't been the results yet. Also, let's be fair, I'm speculating about the future. Arteta hasn't made the decision yet, and it's why that goal against Chelsea might be so key. But Gyökeres, he has to give more. I mean, it was one thing that came up. You mentioned the Liverpool game there. While he was on the pitch, he had 8 touches. And I think that from what I'm told as well, there is a bit of frustration that it's not just about the goals, but also when the ball goes up to Gyökeres, it's not sticking to him. Look, he is still adapting to the Premier League, having come from Portugal, but he was signed as because of his age, over like Benjamin Sesko's 21, Gyökeres at the time he was 26, now he's 27. It was supposed to be about being the finished article, but we are still seeing someone who's adapting to the Premier League.
Yeah, I think sometimes, you know, often there's excuses, but what I will say is Mikel Arteta has played him. I think Mikel Moreno did a better job in the number 9, and he's not even a number 9. You have to offer something. And I think with Gyökeres, the thing that I liked was his assist, even more than his goal. Because he got quite fortunate, but Chicharito Hernandez used to put himself in those positions and score goals. I don't think Gyökeres offers enough, and I still think, for me, I would have Moreno out of Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, and those 3, because I think he offers more. And I know he's not a number 9, but when he played in that position, he's scoring goals, he's putting himself about. And at times, I do feel for Gyökeres because I've been there myself when you're not scoring goals. But when you watch him there live, he's not really offering much to this Arsenal team, is he?
I really noticed in that Liverpool game as well. There was, in the first half, there were 3 moments when the ball flashed across the box and he felt like 5 yards behind play. I think a striker in that situation, he's supposed to be getting on the end of that or gambling.
Morning.
Good morning.
Mikel. Are there any fresh injury concerns from the game against Chelsea?
No.
And the players that have been missing out in Capier, Calafiori, Mosquera and Dowman, any chance for this weekend for those?
It might be. So I need to meet now the medical staff. We have a training session now and see if somebody is available for the weekend.
You're not going to tell me who, are you?
I cannot tell you because I don't know.
Very quickly, a word on Forest. You know, that win over West Ham was so vital for them.
Yeah, so vital. I mean, what a turnaround day last year. You know, Nuno's there doing really well. And Sean Dyche, you know, this is a massive result for them. I know it was a penalty in the end, but, like, this is massive. And I know West Ham have not been in the greatest of run of forms this season, but, like, Morgan Gibbs-White is still performing to those levels. Elliot Anderson as well. Will he stay there is the biggest conundrum as well. But I think them getting results against teams that are in and around them, I think is massive. Like, this is a massive result for Forest, beating West Ham.
Yeah, it was major, and now they face Arsenal at home. We are going to now hear from some of the other managers involved in match week 22.
Pass him in a way, and I think that's where he struggled with the lack of chances, the lack of shots. And then when it comes to it, when he does get it, it's just that little bit off that he can get hounded out, and I think he struggled in that regard.
They were saying there was a stat I saw this week that he has the least amount of distance apart from any defender in the Premier League. Like, as a striker, like, he's not making as much space as any other striker. As the goalkeeper of that defence, you know, you see your centre-back marking Victor Gyökeres. What are you saying to him? Are you saying to him, get close and just let him kind of almost have the ball and see what he can do with it?
Get tight. You know, and what he wants to do is that turn. He wants to turn into the channel and get onto his favourite shot and foot and get that shot away. And
you know, understand. Okay, Saka's he's going to drop. He's going to chop. Maybe I need to make another run. Understanding his teammates, and it takes time. I mean, every player, you don't know what's coming.
It's come harder and harder as you get through the season. So if they don't get through against Chelsea, which I think they will, but then obviously the final against City, you're thinking is going to be a huge one. And the big fillet of that is City know that. City know that it's going to be a little boost to them. So there's all sorts of mind games in there.
Playing second after Man City played Manchester Derby at lunchtime, I mean, it's unlikely, apart from when you play each other, you're going to play at the same time again this season. So do you have to kind of get used to the pressure of either going first or going second?
Well, that's every season is normally the same. As you said, we don't normally play at the same time, only probably in Champions League. That happens more often. But yeah, I mean, that's why more than ever, just focus on what you have to do, the task ahead, and that's it.
You're playing a team tomorrow who are fighting relegation, fighting for their lives. Is that more difficult when you're playing a team that have their ambition is just to stay in the league? Whereas if you're playing a team towards the top, their ambition is to sort of get into Europe or win the league. What is more difficult?
I don't know, it depends on the day what the game presents, but obviously when you're in that situation, you certainly want to get out of that, and you might have an extra edge about you. But you want to win, the hunger to win as well, and the motivation and the drive to do that is incredible as well. So every team will handle their emotional part in their way. We have to focus on what we do.
You've got a terrific defensive record. I was at Kenilworth Road not last November, the November before, when he won 4-3. Deck scored in the last seconds of the game. But that was the last time you conceded more than 2 goals in a game in the Premier League. That's unbelievable. How have you managed to maintain that with all the defensive changes you've had to make?
Well, with the right level of organisation, but especially with the desire that the players showed every day and the commitment that they show to do all the duties that are necessary for us to be a team that it's very difficult to play against and to score against.
Finally, England manager Thomas Tuchel yesterday said that when he goes to the World Cup in the summer, it's not only about having the most talented players, but players with good social skills that can get on for 6 weeks. If he's looking for players that can get on for 6 weeks, you have to have players that can get on for 9 months. How important is it your team have good social skills?
I fully agree with Thomas. I think it's something incredibly necessary and many times undervalued. And there are players that maybe in terms of minutes they don't have that much impact, but the impact that they have in and around the team to bring everybody together, to create their atmosphere, to support the team and to fulfill different roles, in my opinion, as well, is critical.
So if I had good social skills but couldn't take a corner, I'd still get in your team.
Sorry?
If I had good social skills but couldn't take a corner, I'd still get in your team.
Unfortunately, there are certain limits and certain standards that have to be hit.